I'm going to do something probably a little unexpected. I'm not going to blame the NOAA and NWS cuts from Doge for the Texas tragedy. I think it may have been a contributing factor, but I don't think it's the only factor. In fact, I think actually one of the bigger problems actually falls in the other tiers. And here it is. No one ever cares about rural areas until they have to care about rural areas. What do I mean by that? Case in point. One of the problems that has come out from some of the survivors is that they didn't get the alerts because cell service in that area kind of bad. There's not enough cell towers and stuff like that. Let me tell you, as somebody that lives in a rural area in Louisiana, you don't always get cell service. And no matter how good your emergency alert system is, if you don't have cell service, you're not gonna get the alerts until it's too late. The only way to get around that is if the community has a siren or something like that, which apparently they had discussed doing like 9 years ago. It just never came to fruition. Probably a lack of funding, usually what happens in a lot of scenarios. Trust the educator. But that is part of the problem. No one cares and puts money into the well-being of a rural area over a bigger municipality until they have to. Where else do I see this? Okay, in my area, there's this old pontoon bridge that desperately needs to be replaced. It's forever breaking. Half the time because 18-wheelers ignore signs to not drive over it because there's nobody there's no DOTD or state police to, call them out on it, and they break the bridge over and over and over again. In fact, it's the running joke, how many days until it breaks. Currently, it's being fixed. It's due to be available by July 16th if weather can hold and everything goes according to plan. And then the running joke is going to be that on July 17th or 18th, an 18-wheeler is going to break it again, right? Okay, anywho. But they're not worried about that. It's cost a gajillion dollars. I'm being, exaggerative here, but it's cost a good bunch of money to build a bridge. And then you have to figure out, does it have to be passable for other boats? Because is the waterway really a waterway? And it's a whole thing. But my point to you is this. Nobody's going to really care about that because if we have to fix a bridge, we're going to fix the I-10 bridge near Lake Charles a lot faster than we're going to fix a pontoon bridge on Highway 92 or 3 or 4. I forget which 9 it is. But, right, okay, like no one's worried about it. This is also what happens when it comes to internet service, cell service, etc. So when we as a society have built our land and understanding of, hey, have to have cell phones because cell phones are our way of communicating, and then we don't have proper cell service, well, this is the type of thing that occurs. I do actually think another tier of the whole, we're tired of getting alerts, alert. Honestly, when we have severe weather in this area, because I don't have I'm a rural area, so I get alerts for the Acadiana area, which means I get alerts for Lafayette, St. Landry, Vermilion, Acadia, Jeff Davis, St. Mary, St. Martin. So, hold please, I have to sing Old MacDonald, and not about Bluey. So what I'm saying is if you're getting about 20, 30, 40 alerts, you start kind of zoning out oh yeah, I saw that weather system's north of me, oh blah blah blah. I think it really was multifaceted. Do I think the alerts could have got out better, faster, stronger if we had full staffing? Probably so. Do I think not everyone would have listened to the alerts because we all get 300 alerts? Of course, yes. And again, I also think one of the biggest issues is that people just didn't get them. And whether you have 3 people, 30 people, 300 people on staff, if the infrastructure isn't there to get them the alerts, and this is an area that was people use for camping and stuff like that, so they want to get away from it all. We as a society have to do better. And it doesn't matter who's in charge. I'm just hoping a guy who wants a photo op at a alligator Alcatraz. It's not what I want to call it, but alligator Alcatraz, that somebody gets in his ear and tells him this could be a fantastic win if he puts money towards funding more cell towers and better telecommunications infrastructure in rural areas where a lot of the middle class lives. Again, I know he doesn't care, but my point is it'd be a win and he could use it, so take it. Okay, I go back to singing EIO.